Okay, so in last lecture we have started with error-free compression techniques. First method we have seen, that is Huffman coding. Okay, today we are going to see arithmetic coding. So what is the main difference between Huffman coding and arithmetic coding? In Huffman code is a statistical method. Arithmetic coding is not a statistical method. Then Huffman code does not yields an optimum result. Okay, arithmetic coding yields optimum result. The main difference between arithmetic and Huffman coding is, in Huffman coding there is one-to-one correspondence between source symbol and code word. For example, if we have A1, A2, A3, okay, it's a message, suppose, okay, message has three symbols, A1, A2, A3. Then for A1, A2 and A3, Huffman code will assign separate code. Okay, but in arithmetic coding there is no one-to-one correspondence between source symbol and code word. So for example, if the message is A1, A2, A3, then only one unique code will be assigned to that this particular message. Okay, so this is the main difference between arithmetic coding and Huffman coding. So this is what is mentioned here. A one-to-one correspondence between source symbols and code does not exist. An entire sequence of source symbols is assigned a single arithmetic code word. The code word defines an interval of real numbers between 0 and 1. So we'll see. Okay, so in this example, the message A1, A2, A3, A3, A4 is given. There are actually four symbols, A1, A2, A3, A4, but A3 is repeating twice. So what we are going to do here is, we are going to take the interval 0 to 1 and divide the interval with number of symbols. Okay, so equally we are going to divide that interval. So 0 to 1, okay, 1 divided by 5 is what? It's 0.2. So I'll get here 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8 and 1. Okay, and I'm going to write A1 here. Okay, the next is what? A2. For A2 we'll take the first sub interval. So this is 0 and this is 0.2, right? So this is 0.2. So 0.2 divided by 5, we will get this as 0 0.04, 0 0.08, 0 0.12, 0 0.16. Okay, then the next step, next symbol is what? A3. So we are going to take this interval A2, that is 0 0.04 to 0 0.008, and divide that this interval by 5 again. So you will get what? 0 point here, 0 0.048, 0 0.056, then 0 0.064, 0 0.072. Okay, so we have to take A3. A3 I am taking double because it is occurring twice. So we will get this interval 0 to 0 0.56 to 0 0.072. Again this entire interval we are going to divide by 5. Okay, and we will take this A3 again, because A3 is twice, to 2 times it is occurring, and we'll take this entire region sub interval and divide into 5. So we will get the last one, that is A4. Okay, so now how to assign a code to that particular message? So here any number, okay, any number in this subinterval can be assigned to the message. Okay, so that is what is written here. Any number, example 0 0.068 within 0 0.0675 to 0 0.0688 subinterval can be used to represent the message. So this is the difference. Okay, in Huffman coding we have assigned code to A1, A2, A3 separately, but in arithmetic coding we are going to assign one code to the entire message. Message is given. So as I mentioned earlier, LZW is a error-free compression technique. In this, no prior knowledge of probabilities is required. This technique is used in GIF, TIFF and PDF files. A codebook or a dictionary containing the source symbols is constructed in this technique. So LZW compression is named after its developers, Abraham Lampel and Jacob Zeev, with later modification by Terry Welch. LZW uses a code table which has 4096 entries. Each entry in the table consists of 12-bit codes. The first 256 entries in the code table, that is 0 to 255, represents the 256 gray levels stored as 12 bits, while the remaining entries represents patterns of gray level present in the image. So we are going to solve the problem. I will just take one example, okay? Then you will get the fair idea of this. So this is the image given uh, in book, okay? You can refer the same book, Digital Image Processing by Gonzalez and Woods. So it's a 4 by 4 8-bit image. It's of a vertical edge. Okay, you can see there is a sudden change from 39 to 126. So it's a vertical edge. In a 512 word dictionary, first 256 words are assigned to 0 to 255 gray levels. Okay, in this technique we have to prepare one table which is shown here. The first entry is what? Currently recognized sequence. Then pixel being processed. Third is encoded output. Fourth, dictionary location or code word. And the last one is dictionary entry. Okay, so we are going to start with the first pixel. For the first pixel, the recognized sequence will be blank, right? So first pixel being processed will be what? First pixel 39. Okay, and remaining everything will be blank because it's a first pixel. Now whatever is processed, okay, will be recognized in the next step. So it is recognized, and whatever is recognized will be given at the output. Okay, at the same time, which is the next pixel which will be processed? The next pixel is this 39. So it is processed. Okay, then the code word will start from dictionary location 256. Why? Because 0 to 255 is reserved for the gray level values. Okay, so what will be the dictionary entry? Always remember, dictionary entry will be always currently recognized sequence dash pixel being processed. Okay, so currently recognized pixel was 39 and pixel being processed is 39. That's why you got here 39-39. Now in the next time what will happen? Whatever was processed, I told you whatever was processed will be recognized, and the next pixel in the image will be processed here 126. Okay, so whatever is recognized will be given at the output here, and the next location is 257. Okay, and what will be the entry? 39-126, that is recognized sequence dash pixel being processed. Okay, now see, whatever is processed will be recognized, that is 126. The next pixel is what? 126. So here you will get 126, and whatever is recognized you will get at the output, and the next location will be 258. What will be the entry? 126-126. Okay, now the next line. Next time what will happen? The process will be recognized, and the recognized will be given at the output. The next pixel is what? 39. So we'll get 39 here. The next location is what? 259. What will be the dictionary entry? 126-39. Okay. Now, whatever was processed, the 39 was processed, will be recognized. Okay. And the next pixel is what? Next pixel is 39 again. Now, what is this 39-39? Okay, the dictionary entry should be what? 39-39. Which is already present here, right? Which is already present here. So we don't have to re-enter this. Okay, we don't have to re-enter this because it is already there. So what we are going to do is, what is process? 39. Actually it is process 39. But what is the entry what is recognized 39-39. So where it is stored 39-39 at in which location 256. So we are going to write 256 in the encoded output instead of writing 39-39 again. Okay. Now the next pixel is what? The next pixel is 126. So you got 126. So what should be the dictionary entry? 39-39-126, right? And what will be the next location? 260. Okay. Now the next is what? 126. So we will write 126 here. Whatever was recognized, what was recognized 126, you are right here. And am I going to enter again here? No. Why? Because 126-126 is already there in the dictionary and the location is 258, which I am going to write here 258. Okay. But what is the dictionary entry now here? 126-126-39. So we have written this here. Okay. The next pixel is 39 again. Again there is a repetition 39. So what is the entry? 256. So 256 is 256. Shall I write 256 here? No. Why? Because 39-39-126 is already here. So we have to write 260 here. Okay. And what is the entry? 39-39-126-126, and the dictionary location will be 262. So this is how we are going to continue for all the pixels. So this is the LZW coding.